In this video, you're going to learn easier way of multiplying, I think. All right, so multiplication questions in your exam should be the easiest marks to score. However, it's actually very common for a lot of people who made careless mistakes. So in this video, there is a new way to multiply. I just discovered it and it might already been invented. Okay, I call this the grid multiply. So it looks something like this. So let's start with a very simple example. So what is 32 times 9? So you can grab a piece of paper and pen and write down your workings, and you can pause this video to just slowly do your workings, and once you're done you can unpause this video to find out if you got the correct answer. Okay, so usually you'll do something like this, where you have 32 at the top, and then you multiply by 9, as what you see over here. And first thing first is that with this, I would say new grid multiply way, what you need to do is just to draw two straight lines, as what you see over here. Okay, so first thing, it's pretty normal, is that you multiply to the first number with 9, as what you see over here. And then this gives you 18. But with this grid number, instead of putting the 1 at the top of 3, instead what you're going to do is you're going to actually put the number 8 on this column and the number 1 on the next column instead. So the 18 over here before and then after. That's what you see over here. Now the next thing is to put a plus button here. And then later on you'll see why we need to do that. So once we've already multiplied 2 by 9, the next thing is to multiply 3 by 9. That's what you see over here. And it's pretty straightforward. The answer is 27 over here. So you might guess what's going to happen next. If you say that, I'm going to put the 27 as what you see over here, 7 in the 3 column, and 2 at the other column as what you see over here. So now with this, you are able to just do the addition as what you see over here, right? 8, so there's nothing to add, and then you have 7 plus 1. So this gives you a very clear way on what to add, and this will just gives you 8, and 2 just remains as 2. And that means 32 times 9 is equal to 288. So if you got this as the answer, then you are right, and that is an easy win. Okay, so let's have another example. So let's have a bigger number, 567 multiplied by 9. So you can pause this video, you can do the workings according to the grid style that you've seen and see whether it's better for you. All right, let's see if we got the answer correct. Okay, same thing, 567 times 9, or 567 times 9. So you just draw the two columns according to the numbers at the top. So now, what you need to do is to first multiply 7 by 9. This will give us 63, right? If you remember. So same thing with the grid system, or in this way, you put the 6 and 3 over here, right? So the 3 and then the 6 in the next column. And then you put a plus, as what you see over here. Okay, the next number that we multiply is 6 by 9, and this gives us 54. Okay, and same thing, we put the 4 over here and the 5 at the next column, and then we put a plus button as well. Then lastly, you have 5 times 9, which is 45. Same thing, you put 4 at the next column and 5 at the current column, as what you see over here. So now you can see that it's a very clear way on what you need to add, right? So I'm going to make it a little bit easier for you to see. So what you're going to do is to do all of the equation in the columns. That's what you see over here. So let's start with 3 on the right. So 3 is just remaining 3 because there's nothing you need to add. Then the next thing is that there's this 4 plus 6, right? This actually adds up to number 10. But the thing is that if you remember the grid, if you have the tens place for a number, you just move on to the next column. So that means the number 10 will represent as this 1 in the next column and 0 at the current column. Okay, and then you put a plus button as well. Same thing as what we've done in the earlier step over here. Okay, same thing, 5 plus 5, which is 10, right? So now do the same thing. You put the 1 at the next column and then the 0 at the current column. All right, and put a plus as well. And lastly, you have 4, right? 4 plus 1, right? And this is where you do your your calculations again, and this will give us 5103 or 5103, and that is the answer. For 567 multiplied by 9, it gives you 5103. So let's go through another example. So the next example is 756 multiplied by 56. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a line. That's why I see over here. We're going to draw another line, right? Don't have to be perfect. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is to multiply 6 and 6. Okay, so 6 multiplied by 6, if you know, then it should be 36, right? 36. That's what I see over here. Now you put a plus. The next one is 5 times 6, and this will give us 30. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 3 at the next one, next column, and put 0 over here. And one thing that I forgot is to put another line. That's what I see over here. Okay. Then lastly, you're going to multiply 7 by 6. So 7 times 6 is actually 42. Now you see that you have to add all of the individual equations. That's what you see over here. So it's pretty straightforward. It's 4, 2 plus 3 is 5, 0 plus 3 is 3, and 6 is 6, right? So in a way, we already have the first number. So I'm going to put the first number here, 4, 5, 3, 6. Okay, and we have a plus. All right. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, 6 times 5, right? So next one, so we're just going to put another line so we can know what's the next number. So since we are multiplying a 50, right? 6 times 5. Now what we're going to do is put a 0 here. Okay. And then we have 6 times 5, which is basically 30, right? So what we're going to do is that we're going to put 3 over here and 0 over here. Okay. And then we put a plus. Okay. Next one is we're going to have 5 times 5, which is 25. Okay. So we're going to put 2 here and we're going to put 5 here. And lastly, we're gonna have 7 times 5, which is 35. So we can just put here as 35 plus 2. Okay. And then you could see that we're going to add all of this up again, right? So what I'm going to do is this one will be 37, this will be 8, this will be 0, 0. So what I'm going to do here is going to put 37,800 plus together. So you see over here. So I'm going to put here as 6, 3, 13, put 1 here, 4 plus 7 is 12, and then put 4, right? So 42336. And that is the answer for 756 times 56. And that is an easy win. All right, so now you know there is another way to multiply. I would say there's a lot more steps, but I think it's safer because you know how to add all of the numbers up, and it actually gives you the same result as if you were to multiply by two numbers. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want more of these kind of videos, subscribe down below and comment down what other topics you want me to go through next. See you in the next one. Bye bye.